Yo, what's good with y'all? Today I'm here with a different tutorial instead of a scripting tutorial. This is I guess you could call it a Roblox Studio interface tutorial and stuff. Before I get into the video, actually, just two things I want to say. First thing, I just recorded a 20-minute video. Like I just recorded the exact video you guys are watching right now. I just recorded it before, but like for some reason my mic muted itself in the middle of the recording, so I just lost like 20 minutes of recording. So I have to do it all over again, but it's all good. It's all good though. But yeah, I just wanted to remind you guys, quick reminder about the Discord server. I have a Discord server, and the link is in the description. You can join to ask questions about scripting or Roblox dev things in general. You can ask me personal questions about my channel or whatever. Join just to chill and talk to people, or suggest video ideas and stuff. But yeah, though, this is probably going to be like a 4-part series because using the last video, which was like 20 minutes long, and I didn't even finish like the first page of things, it's a lot of information to go through. So each video will probably be like 20 minutes long. I'm trying to keep the videos as short as possible so that I'm not wasting people's time, but like to get the information into people's heads about like what this and that does, there are so many different things. So yeah, I'll try to keep it as short as possible. But yeah, though, so you wake up, or you're just like, I want to make a game, but I've never used Roblox Studio before, or I have no knowledge of it, I don't understand it, or I haven't used it in a while. That's why I'm here to explain it to you. Alright, first things first, we're going to go through the Home tab. I'm going to explain everything to the best of my ability while also trying to keep it as short and letting you know what you will probably use and what you won't really use, and etc, etc. Okay, first things first, the clipboard. It's pretty self-explanatory. Pretty much, if you want to copy something, you would click it, you would click copy, and then you would click paste, and then boom, you would paste it. It's over there, yeah, over there. And then yeah, as you guys can see, it pastes just like that. So then if you want to do cut is literally just another word for delete, just another name for delete pretty much. If you want to do duplicate, it copies and then it automatically pastes it for you in the exact same location as the original thing you just copied. So yeah, well, the thing you just did duplicate on, just not to confuse anybody. Then moving on to select pretty much means you're able to select like you're able to select like things within the not me to do that. I'm gonna hold on, I'm sorry. I'm gonna lock this because I keep accidentally grabbing it. I'm gonna lock the base plate. But yeah though. So yeah. So pretty much select means like I can select the spawn. I can select spawn, right? Now if I didn't have select, I wouldn't be able to select it. It's only glowing blue because that's what I had already selected. But if yeah, as you can see, I can't select it. Can't select it at all. But yeah, this allows me to select things. I can also move it around, but yeah, it allows you to select it basically. Then you have move, which is in essence the same thing, just it allows you to precisely move things rather than trying to like slide it over. As you can see, like it moves in one straight direction rather than trying to make it move in one direction and having to watch out in case it goes over to the left, to the right, up, down a little too much or whatever. So yeah, move is more smooth and stuff. You just use the arrows and stuff. You have scale. Scale pretty much scales it. As you can see, we can stretch it, make it bigger, flatten it, stuff like that. Now keep in mind though, with all four, select, move, scale, rotate, you can still move the part. It's just easier to use move or select. It's just easier to use them because that's move's main function. And then select, you wouldn't glitch out by using like scale or rotate, if that makes sense. Then you have rotate, which is simple as well. Literally just you're able to rotate things, which is pretty cool. You can just rotate things and make things float or whatever it is you require. Keep in mind though, some of these things like it all depends. Like if you're getting a Roblox Studio, some of the things I'm teaching you guys is like you may need, you might not need, and I'm gonna clarify that for you because some of y'all are coming in here just wanting to be scripters, some of y'all coming here wanting to be builders. If you want to be builders, a lot of the stuff you'll need scripters. It's good to know this stuff because you won't necessarily need to build, but you still need to have basic understanding of like things, how like basic understanding of how like things work pretty much. That's basically how to put it. But yeah though. Okay. So geometric mode is the Roblox default. This pretty much just means you see things. It's kind of like the layout of how you see things, right? Geometric, you just see everything playing kind of. But physical shows you like kind of constraints of things, stuff like you guys know what that symbol stands for. That symbol stands for like constraints, pretty much and stuff. Like it's kind of hard to really explain because I don't use this mode at all. Like this is more for like This is more for like people who like are builders. I don't use this mode, but basically it shows you like kind of constraints and like you're able to like kind of select things and move. Like you're able to like scale and rotate things on like different not different axes, but like in a more physical way. I know that doesn't really make a lot of sense and stuff, and I apologize for that, but I'm not really familiar with it. But yeah, though, you probably won't use that honestly. Like I'm pretty sure people don't really use that, but yeah. Then you have collisions. I'm not gonna explain what collisions mean because that'll be covered later on, and like when I get to actually going through the explorers and properties tab. So I'm not gonna explain that as of yet. I'm gonna hold off on that. But join services pretty much means if I have two parts and I'm editing in Studio like how I am right now, if I want the parts to like, oh, why is it turned? I don't know why its orientation is like that. But yeah, but I don't know why its orientation is like that. That is weird. I don't know why it's doing that. But the point is what I'm saying though, right? Is if let's say you have two parts, right? And you want their surfaces to join. Like kind of it's kind of like you can see it kind of happens, but as you can see like it automatically moves it over. What you want to do is turn on join surfaces. And then what it should do, it should. It should. Mm, I believe. Oh, you need to have both join surfaces turned on. My fault, my fault. You need to have both join surfaces turned on. Like if I tried to like if I wanted to insert, let's say, a part, I think this should work. Keep in mind, I'm not a builder, so certain things I'm not 100% sure on. But yeah, scale like this. Then if I, as you guys can see, join services is not on. Like as you guys can see, like it'll pretty much like that's what the white line is, right? It will not go through it pretty much. Now if I turn join services off and then delete those two, what should happen, however, I insert and boom. As you can see, we don't have that white line. So it's pretty much, it's kind of like, to put it simply, it's kind of like a more messy version. You're having to like kind of put it in the position you want it to when you could just use joint surfaces. Joint surfaces kind of like, it kind of helps you in a way, like to try to position things better and stuff, if that makes sense and stuff. But yeah, though, I hope that makes sense. But yeah. Your editor is your terrain builder. If you want to make terrain, you want to like put down grass, ice, water, lava. This is your tool. This is what people make mountains and caves from. As you can see, we have ourselves a little ocean. I know my building skills are not the best. I'm not a builder, so but yeah. So yeah, if I wanted to make like an ocean or something, I would use the terrain builder. There are a lot of different tools and stuff. Um, I mean, I don't think I need to go. Well, I'll just go through them quickly, like very briefly though, so it doesn't take too much time because that would take a lot of time. So generate pretty much means you can generate like whatever type of biome you want, like whatever. Like if you just want the game to automatically make you something and stuff, then there's a lot of settings you can fill out, and then yeah, you could just generate it, or you can import it and stuff. You could put an image, and I think it would like try to like kind of replicate the image and stuff. I think. Keep in mind, I don't use Terrain Editor like that. Clear, as you guys literally saw, it clears out all terrain, like any like water, anything you made with this tool, it pretty much will clear it out. Then all of these function pretty much is the same as these stuff. Resize is another name for scale, and then yeah, copy, paste, delete, and then fill. Fill is like you're trying to fill it with a material. I guess you could say you're trying to fill a material with another material, if that makes sense. And you can edit, you can add or subtract and stuff. This is to like kind of like make it look more whatever your goal is. If you want to take less, if you want to take some from it, add some to it, make it get taller, lower, smooth, flatten. Like it all depends on you. Or if you want to color it, all depends on you. On whatever your goal is. You have your toolbox where you guys can search up. You can get models, plugins, audio, images. You can get whatever it is you want. And then like you can just search up whatever you want. If you want a car, you get a car. If you want a admin, I don't know, admin band command, search that up and you get you that command. It'll automatically put everything into the workspace, but understand something though. Whatever it is you're trying to use, make sure it's in the right place. Like if you're trying to get a script, don't leave the script in the workspace and try to like test it. You probably are gonna have to move it to server script service or whatever, depending on whatever it is but that all depends. Usually they leave instructions so people know how to do it and stuff. But yeah, though. So you would just search it and you would just literally just left click and it just inserts it. You might get a message that says like warning. It's warning you that whatever you're inserting has scripts and stuff, because be wary of your models as they could have like viruses and stuff. I mean, I don't. I honestly like. It's good to be cautious of it, but like I honestly I don't really think people really include viruses into free models, but yeah, so just be careful of that. But yeah, and then here there are 5 different types of parts you can insert. You have part, I mean not part. You have block, spear, wedge, corner wedge, and cylinder. For the sake of the video, I will just insert each one to show you guys what they all look like. So here's your, I mean not wedge, I already did that. Here's your corner wedge and here's your cylinder. Yeah, here's what they all look like. So this is your block, that is your corner wedge, that is your spear, cylinder, and that is your, what is it called? Wedge. Yeah, wedge. Because ever since they added the new wedge tool, I'll be forgetting which one is corner wedge, which one is normal wedge. But yeah, though, these are your tools. You just literally just left click, select which one you want, or if it already is selected the thing you want, then you just click that and it already inserted for you. Then UI. UI is so that you would use this when you're like over here in Starter GUI to insert a screen GUI, and then you would start inserting like frames and stuff. I guess I'll just show it real quick. So I would insert a screen GUI, then these options become available to me. So then I can insert these. If I want to insert a frame, and then yeah, this would be like my background. Then if I want like a text label, like be like this would be my menu. Then like have a button which is like teleport or whatever. Then yeah, that's how you would like insert UI and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much how UI works. Um, Material Manager. This is a relatively new. They used to call this tool and stuff. This pretty much allows you to like I think it allows you to blend materials together to make like realistic material. As you guys can see, these look like pretty realistic and stuff. They look very nice and well detailed and stuff. I'm not too familiar with this as this is new and this is more of a builder's tool. But yeah, though, so you could check this out if you were trying to. If any of these things look interesting to you, or just you're trying to make a part with a certain material and want to have like a certain aspect to it that looks realistic and stuff, you could try using that. Then you have color. This is the default color that all of your parts will spawn in with. Everyone knows the default color is this like it's like I forgot what it's called. It's called, yeah, medium stone gray. That's the default color. If you want your parts to spawn with like red, yellow, green, whatever, you would just click that color, then try to spawn in a part, and boom, that color. Every part you spawn in from there on out will be that color unless you change it. Okay, now group pretty much means you're trying to group multiple things together. Like let me control D, which is duplicate. If you need to select 2 parts for that option. If you have, well, you could group 1 part, but you would only need it if it's, well, you really only need it if you're trying to do multiple parts. So you could click group, it'll group those two into a, that's how you create a model. It'll create a model which will group them, and then they move together, scale together, rotate together, etc., etc. So yeah, that's group. Lock pretty much means that if you lock a part, like pretty much I can use the base plate as a perfect example. As you guys can see right now, the base plate, I cannot select it right now at the moment. Like I'd have to go over into the Explorer tab to actually select it. And the reason for this is because it's locked and stuff. Because let's say you're trying to, if I'm trying to edit this part, right? Well, I don't need that, but if I'm trying to edit like the spawn and I keep accidentally selecting the base plate, that's gonna be annoying and stuff because I don't need to do anything with the base plate. I only need to edit the spawn. So I would lock it so that I can't select it like while I'm actually editing in this window. I'd have to actually go over to Explorer and select it if that's what I wanted to do. But yeah. Then anchor pretty much means uh anchor pretty much means that it won't fall. Well, one, you need to make sure majority of the stuff you do is anchored, because like majority of the parts you insert are anchored, because if you don't, it'll fall through the map and stuff. Or it can be like moved around and stuff. That pretty much means like it's anchored, like it's in one place. It will not move. It will only move if like you use like a script to like teleport it, like change its position. It can only move if its position is changed. That's the only way for it to move. If it's anchored, it will not move unless you change the position. No one can like push it or anything. That's what anchor means. Now you have play. Play is like you're testing your game. Stuff is loading up at like a small little Roblox studio server, and then yeah, you test it. And yeah, you're testing like what's going on and stuff. You can test whatever, right? That's play. And then to show you guys, so this is client side and this is server side, right? Client is another word for the player, right? What the player sees, what the player can do. Server is what the server can do and what the server can see. The server can access a lot more things that the client can't. On the client side, like for example, the client side, right? The client, if you go over to players and then player over here, as you guys can see, we see player GUI, I have bubble chat and free cam. But if I go over to the server side and then I look over here, it'll say I just have free cam because on server side it only sees free cam. It doesn't have like in a way it doesn't have access to it. And stuff is only on the client side. So yeah. Now if I want now there's you can do play here, which means like you play wherever the camera is. Like if I'm over here and I want to play exactly right here, I would spawn my character. It would spawn my character right here. Then you have a run. Run is literally testing just without actually spawning in a character. This is mainly for if you're trying to test like a script or like if, let's say you just want to test like a script with like a NPC or like you want to see if a part changes colors or something like that. Those are some examples. You wouldn't actually need to load in. Run is much faster than play since you're not actually loading a character and you're just the server. The server is the only thing loading. And you would click stop to stop the test. Resume if you want to resume the test. Pretty self-explanatory. Now the video is at 16 minutes, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain these two and then get into game settings, and then after I finish explaining game settings, well actually no, I'm gonna explain these two. I'll just make the video. Yeah, the video is gonna be a little longer. I'll explain these two, finish game settings, and then I'll have finished the home tab, and then I'll make more videos explaining these. Yeah, there's a lot to get into. There's a lot of stuff to get into, guys. But yeah, okay. So team test. Team test pretty much means if you're working with other people and you want to give them access and stuff to test like your game and stuff, what you would need to do is you would need to go over to team create. You go to view, go to team create, and then you would turn on team create, which allows you to add like your friends to edit your game and stuff. You can start a team test, which pretty much means it's the exact same thing as playing, but like you along with other people that have like edit permissions on your game, they can test at the same time. And then exit game would pretty much mean you're just exiting the team test. That's just what